We are back from vacation. I'm so happy to be back. I know I was talking to the whole show this morning in the room. I was like, hey, welcome back, everybody. And like universally, I hear, but I'm like, I'm legitimately happy to be back at work.
Do you not have fun?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I love this job. I just love being back at work.
But it was vacation, though.
I hear you. But every day is vacation.
Oh, okay.
And there are stresses and there's all, but still, it's like we have a job that we love and I missed it. And I'm back. I'm happy. Let's go talk to Amber in Arkansas. Amber, you're on the Bobby Bones Show. What's going on?
Morning, studio.
Morning.
I was just calling to see if you guys would play the Tuesday song.
Oh, we're going to do a double-decker. Did it earlier. Let's go do it again.
Again?
After vacation. So, yeah, we'll hit you. Here we go. This is a song we wrote about Tuesday because nobody likes Tuesday. Everybody likes Friday and Saturday. And people always, what I love about Sunday. Every day's got a song except Tuesday. So I wrote this song about Tuesday so you could enjoy it and look forward to it. And the Tuesday song goes like this right here. The best day of the week, you all know it's my time. So I made a song about Tuesday, so happens it rhymes. The lowest number of crimes is super bingo at 9. Don't know how you do your Tuesday, this is how I do mine. The sun comes up, there's a smile on my mouth. Why? Because I love Tuesday is the first thing I shout. Free Zumba this morning and every Tuesday at 5. I got my spandex on, it's time to head to the Y. Tuesday, HOA Tuesday, housewives gon' booze day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Hey, it's Tuesday. Is my recycling on the curb as I drive off? Yep, my recycling's on the curb. I mean, Fridays are fine because they're casual and all, but I'm always more productive on my Tuesday conference call, my after work plans. I got my spray tan. I'm drinking lemon water, adding me some cayenne, pebbles and bam bam. I'm watching C-SPAN, and then it's 2 for 1 at Sonic with the Coney in each hand. I'm singing Tuesday, HOA Tuesday, housewives gon' booze day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Tuesday, brown cow goes moose day. Eat some cashews day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Mardi Gras on a Tuesday. I go to Krav Maga on a Tuesday. I'm playing Pokemon on a Tuesday. Came out of my mom on a Tuesday. Thank you very much. Tuesday, although it feels like Monday.
Yeah.
It does.
But it's Tuesday.
But it's not.
Tuesday, I know. That's a different song that we shouldn't write because we get to sing it twice a year probably if that's the case. All right, thank you very much. Now let's go over and do the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
They say candy corn is so hazardous it should be illegal.
Why?
Ooh,
And it's gross.
it's disgusting.
It's not totally disgusting.
Totally.
I like it. What's
That's
up?
Your taste buds.
Well, first of all, it's very sweet and full of sugar, and they, old school candies aren't. They're considered. What was another one of those sugary candies that were like, you shouldn't have it at all because it can kill you. But also, this was in a package, looked like a bomb, and the cops were called to it.
Oh. The candy corn package?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so an Illinois police department responded to a level A hazardous material, which was candy corn. So not only are they saying candy corn is really, really not good for you, but also in this specific incident that somebody found this suspicious package at Walmart and called and were like, hey, I think this might be a bomb. And it wasn't a bag of candy corn. Or if you're like me and you have IBS, it's a bomb for your belly.
Oh, for sure.
Didn't think about that, did you? That is from Fox 7. 1 in 5 women are embracing their body hair and shaving less.
Ugh.
Maybe.
And good for you guys.
No.
It is an unfair standard that has been assigned to women in this country.
But it's a standard.
It is.
Yeah, and we need to
I
make
hear
that
you.
standard.
We've said it.
yeah.
I hear you. There are standards all the time.
But y'all have to be fair, I personally prefer a guy with hair. Like, y'all have to keep your hair. Like, if I was, well, for example, before I got married, way back in the day, I kind of liked this guy. We went out on a couple dates. And then we went to the lake, and it's the first time I'd seen him in shorts, and he had shaved his legs. And I was very much not attracted to that, so we didn't
Why
go
though?
out
Was he
anymore.
a swimmer?
No, that's the thing. He wasn't a cyclist. He wasn't a swimmer. He had no reason to shave his legs.
Professional leg shaver?
Nope. But it goes both ways. Like, unfairly, we
I
expect
hear
you to have hair.
But yes, on the heads too. It's
That
unfair
too.
for you guys to think that guys should have hairs on their head.
So, it's all around.
But yes, I just unfair. The makeup thing is unfair.
Yeah.
But
I
yes.
don't like it though.
Armpit hair is becoming the new thing for
Oh.
women.
No.
A
Just-
poll finds more
oh.
women are more likely to embrace their body hair today, with 1 in 5 saying they're actually content to let their leg, armpit, and bikini lines grow.
1 in 5. I wouldn't think it'd be that.
I don't mind like a little bit, but like
No!
the full, that's
Studyfinds.org. Well, I'm a little bit.
yeah, like a week.
Where?
maybe
What, like all parts?
underarms,
You're good.
underarms.
Oh.
Oh, Eddie, what?
You know what I'm saying? Like 3 days, not
No.
shaving, no big deal. A 5 o'clock
Oh.
shadow, no big deal.
Well, even if I did want to change my mind, I couldn't because I went to Ideal Image
That's true.
years ago.
I mean, my wife didn't shave her armpits for. Oh my! I'd vomit. I'd tell her to get sleep in another room.
And would she listen, or would she go, no, you sleep in the other room?
She'd listen. I mean, that is so gross. Oh my god!
It's gross to you.
Yeah, you're right.
Clearly not to
And Bobby,
everybody.
just if Caitlin decided, oh, you know what, Bobby, I'm going to stop shaving my armpits. What are you going to do?
You're out?
You're out.
You're out.
I'm not out.
I'm out.
Her hair is so blonde anyway. It's sometimes though it's hard to even see. So I'm pretty fortunate there.
No.
I know.
I don't know,
out.
dude.
No.
Like if she goes a month without shaving her armpits, I mean, we got to talk.
Okay, but that'd probably be a conversation.
Exactly.
But I grew a goatee to be funny once,
That's different.
and she hated it, and I shaved it off. And I have a song where I make a reference to that. I promise I'll not grow a goatee, but I shaved it because she asked, so I would just ask, would you shave the goatee from under your arms? In the news from CTV Toronto News, a bunch of crates filled with 5 million bees fell off a truck near Toronto. The first beekeeper who showed up had to be grabbed by paramedics because obviously he was stung a whole bunch.
Oh.
Yeah, if I'm called to like pick up a bunch of 5 million bees, I'm probably not. I'm retiring right there. You need me to go into that 5 million bees? I'm no longer a beekeeper.
Or get some backup. Like, don't go in alone. 5 million, that's a lot of bees.
Calling for your boys?
Yeah, hey guys, we need more people here.
And how do they calculate the bees? I mean, I'm sure there's a certain number per box, and then you've got the box because like that. I'm sure it's an estimated 5 million.
I had a friend, Scotty, who was a beekeeper as a hobby. He built whatever they are.
He'd get the honey.
Yeah, and he'd get all the honey. But he was like, yeah, you just get stung. You just get used to it. Then he would go out and he wouldn't even put the whole suit on. He would just do the head.
No.
And he'd be on a T-shirt and he'd be like, you don't mess with them. They don't really screw with you. Every once in a while. And I'd be like, every once in a while? I don't stung at all. But police said shortly after 6 a.m., a pickup truck was hauling about 5 million bees in crates. Whenever the crates slid onto the roadway, the straps that were holding the crates became loose. Police were working to contain the millions of bees, but then they had to call several local beekeepers. The first beekeeper that showed up was like, OS. He wasn't, but he probably was. And he's like, why am I here first? Oh, no.
All right.
But yeah, he got stung a bunch. But then you see the footage. They flew a drone over it, and it's like all these beekeepers like working.
How do they contain that? Like, they fly.
Yeah, like why don't the bees just take off? Like they're free.
I don't think it's prison. I think it's their home that's down there. So
okay.
Some of them probably do.
That's their family,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah.
Do they? I don't know. Now
I think
I'm
we're
going to
assigning them
Google.
human traits, honestly, if I'm being for real. 55-year-old guy in Idaho got arrested because he pulled a gun on a teenager who knocked on his neighbor's door. He thought the kid was up to no good, but he was just there to ask a girl to homecoming. Anybody see this
No.
in the news? People get a little too gunsy. People knocking on, it's not even his own door. That's from East Idaho News. They turned around after they had knocked, and they saw an older man, approximately 70, that had their friend at gunpoint. Yeah, crazy. The teen said he opened the door. The guy pulled him out of the vehicle by the shirt and the collar, twisted his arm, put the gun in his chest, and started yelling a bunch of stuff.
Oh wow.
That's somebody with a gun. He shouldn't have a gun anymore.
Nope.
Okay. When people freeze like a deer in the headlights, especially when they try to approach an attractive person, why do you think that is?
Well, I'm trying to think of something about survival because I feel like there's fight, flight, freeze. So why would you freeze? You're scared. I don't know.
A recent study found that when you're attracted to somebody else, you focus 50 times more intently than you would, and you're using all your senses. But it's kind of like a fight or flight where you're like, oh, like I'm so attracted, I'm so focused. Do I run or do I go in? And so it's basically that, but that concentration takes so much brain power that you lose short-term memory for basic function.
Whoa.
Okay.
But then you look creepy in the middle of that, all that.
The drool coming down your lip.
All that.
That's from Cosmopolitan Magazine. Police stop a man in Nebraska. He was driving with a bull in his car.
Like a bull? Like a cow bull?
Mm-hmm. Nebraska police responded to a call of a cow being driven around in the front seat of a car. And they pulled over a man driving a bull. I mean,
What on
that's
earth?
How
it
did it even
is.
fit?
The car is driven in parades and has a yellow metal gate as the passenger side door. So there were some traffic violations, but they let them off. They said, "Stop that bull."
That's a bull.
From ABC News. This one's bad.
Uh-oh.
A horrible moment happens at a gender reveal. The plane that the guy was flying crashed, killed him.
But the dad or just
No,
someone
the
they
pilot.
hired?
The pilot. So
This is
Oh.
going to
this
sound
happy-
insensitive, but did the reveal go?
So I'm going to read you the story here. The happy couple were celebrating their pregnancy with family and friends. They hired a small jet to fly past. The Piper PA 25-235 Pawnee aircraft shot upwards, rotating on its side. One of the wings collapsed. The people were cheering, and then they kissed beneath the pink residue,
Okay.
which they saw was a girl, obviously. But then what happens is the plane crashed.
No.
I mean, and it's so close to the plane does a fly over the house, drops all the pink on top of them, and then looks like it's doing like an accidental barrel roll, and the wing claps, and it just crashes.
Oh.
I mean, you see it all because they're recording on their phone to have the moment.
Oh.
Crazy. Vaping may lower men's sperm counts and shrink their testicles. Ray, do you still vape in that room?
It's not vape. It's a caffeine, is what it is. So there's no nicotine.
Oh yeah, Ray doesn't vape.
But it's a vape pen.
Well, Lunchbox was like, you should do the story because Ray vapes.
Well, he does. He has a vape pen in there. If you pull it out, Ray, vape it.
He's got a vape
Now I
pen.
remember this. I thought he vape, but that's not vape. Like,
Well, I must have left it on the cruise. It's not here, or a custodian took it.
but it's,
yeah, it's a pen. It lights up. It does everything, but there's just nothing in there. There's no tobacco.
but what's in there? There's something in there.
Caffeine. It's like an energy. There's also one you can sleep too. Melatonin. I don't know how they make it into a smoke, but they do.
How are your testicles?
That's not vape.
I got it. But are they still good?
I believe so. Yes.
Good. Check and let me know if not.
Okay.
Turns out playing a musical instrument even badly relieves stress. Researchers measured 45 variants linked to stress. Those who stopped the puzzle that were stressing them out and then played an instrument, even if they were bad at it, like their heart, their brain, a lot of these functions started. Yeah. Even if
That's
they played
cool.
something
Calming down.
stupid like a kazoo,
Oh, I didn't think about that.
which is not something you have to really study for. You just do it. That's from the Journal of New Music Research. And finally, when you shaved, you put the shaving cream on and start shaving and cutting right away.
I don't shave.
What?
Ever your face?
Nope. Electric.
Got it.
That's all I
Oh,
use.
so no shaving cream. I would assume, yeah, cream on and then shave.
Yeah, because if you shave, Amy, then you put cream on afterwards.
No,
No, the question
That'd
was,
be really weird.
do you put the cream on and then shave right away?
Oh, yes.
Experts say that's a big mistake. It leads to skin irritation and razor burn, face, legs, wherever. Ideally, you need to leave your shaving cream on your skin for 3 to 5 minutes.
What?
That'll dry up.
The hairs in your beard are strong as a thin wire, but if you leave the shaving cream on for like 2 minutes, the hair becomes softer and easier to cut. It's from Esquire magazine.
The chemicals are really
Amy's like,
taking
yeah, I
care
put the
of
cream on first and then shave. Am I crazy?
that. I didn't know what you were asking. I misunderstood the first time.
Yes. There you go. Thank you. That's the news.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
I want to say a couple things. First of all, I'll be in Vegas Saturday night. Would love for people to come out to my comedically inspirational show in Vegas at the Virgin Hotel and Casino. Go to bobbybones.com and get tickets there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm playing Topgolf with a bunch of listeners, too, on that trip. I think there may be one package left. We just did this whole thing where it's like 2 nights hotel, whatever. You want to search for it, you can, bobbybones.com. But it's up there, so that's going to be Saturday. And then also Dan and Shay are on the Bobbycast this week,
Cool.
which was quite great, if I'm being honest. We talked a lot about those guys breaking up and how close they got to it and the come to Jesuses they had. And it's like any relationship. They love each other, but it's like we got to figure out what we're going to – it's really good. So I'll play some clips from it later. But the Dan and Shay Bobbycast is up. Just go search for the Bobbycast wherever you listen to your podcasts. All right, in a second, the reason this plane had to turn around. I've never heard of anything like this happening ever. It's not somebody going screaming. I can't believe they turned this plane around because of this. I can't believe it. I'm just so happy I wasn't on this one. We'll talk about it next. BRUH. Bruh.
Bruh.
A flight had to turn around because somebody had diarrhea all through the airplane.
Bruh. No.
And there's a call from it as well. A Delta flight leaving Atlanta had to turn around because the pilot said that there was diarrhea all the way through the airplane. Bruh.
All through the airplane?
So,
How bad
I
was
have theories. I know. I feel bad for the person. I feel bad for the people. Here is the pilot making the announcement to air traffic control.
Negative. It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta.
I hate it for that person because they didn't do that on purpose. It wasn't like somebody
No.
freaked out and yelled at a flight attendant and the plane gets turned around. And one, they're embarrassed. They're poopy pants. And now they got to turn around. Everybody's mad at them. Nobody won.
And diarrhea, dude, you can't stop that.
No.
Like-
And also, he calls it, will you play that again?
Negative. It's just a biohazard
A
issue.
biohazard. Like, I've been sick before. I've never been full biohazard.
bio or bile?
Bio.
Biohazard.
Oh,
Bio.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had a passenger who's had diarrhea all the way to the airplane. So it's like, I just picture it like running, like you know how like a bottle rolls down through the bleachers?
Right.
And it's like, ding, dong, 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 dong.
I pictured like a water hose, when you just let it kind of flap around.
That'd be tough.
Oh.
That's kind of how
I
I
have
picture it.
I have vision that he was in his seat,
Yeah.
felt it, and started running down the aisle, and it's just following him down.
Could
And
be
he was
it.
wearing shorts.
Oh, my God.
With no underwear.
Oh, my-
That's what I picture. No, I mean, I'm literally.
Yeah, no netting.
Because then how do you can't get to the, I feel so bad for this person. They described it as a medical issue. The plane was deep cleaned in Atlanta. It landed in Spain about 8 hours later than it was supposed to. It was going from Atlanta to Spain.
Dang.
That is a real poopy situation. Poor person. And what if you're like the wife of this dude?
You're embarrassed.
Oh, man.
Head down the whole time.
You don't even acknowledge
Nuh-uh,
it.
don't know the guy.
No, when he gets off the plane, you stay.
What? No, you go with
Because you would
them.
want to hide it,
To
and you'd want to go
support.
fix it. I've pooped my pants before. It's terrible. It's a terrible feeling. You can't control it. Once I was looking for a bathroom on a Sunday morning, and nothing was open. And I was like, I gotta find one. Nothing was open. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try to make it home. Like 22 minutes. Whoa, about 15 minutes in, didn't make it home.
Yeah.
It's
We've all had that.
It's a
story.
bad feeling.
We've all been there, man.
And it wasn't one of those, oh, I'm surprised by what that is. No, it was one of those, like I knew it was coming, and I turned the car around, went back. We didn't get to Barcelona that day.
Will these people laugh about this airplane story at some point?
I guess it depends if they're going back to a funeral to Barcelona, what the reason is. Maybe some.
Like, remember that time?
Could they afford to be 8 hours
I would
late?
hate to be that person. I feel bad for the person.
Mm.
Oh, also, like, did you not know yet? You just get on the plane going, if it hits me, I'll just run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
never
wanna miss
think it's
your
gonna
flight.
Because you're not going to
explode.
miss a flight. Right.
Well, you had, when you were flying, you had American Idol and you were going to Hawaii and you got
food
sick.
poisoning. I got food. Permission to name drop?
Yeah.
Name drop,
Thank you.
please.
Lionel Richie was like, come out to my show a day early, come to Hawaii, because we were doing American Idol out there, worked on it for 4 seasons, and love Lionel Richie, one of the nicest guys. And he said, Bobby, you got to come to the show. I'm playing the night before. So American Idol does it right. They fly you first class. And that flight from Tennessee to Hawaii was like 12 hours. Miserable. And so we get in and I get really sick. And I tell the flight attendant, I said, hey, I am going to be in this bathroom a lot. I think I have food poisoning. And so I say, is there any way I can get some spray cleaner? She's like, yeah. And so I'm cleaning the bathroom while I'm in there because I know I'm going to be laying on the floor. So I'm scrubbing the whole vomiting.
Ugh.
Is a whole thing. Anyway, they flew us to Barcelona. I got out of the plane. I was like, why are we here? Yeah, that's tough. Oof. Okay, Dan and Shay, they are on the Bobbycast. It is 1 hour with Dan and Shay and myself. People ask, what's the difference in the Bobbycast and this show? This show is us talking about things, our life, things in the news, current events. That is just one-on-one, intense conversations with artists, with creators. And so this is Shay, who's the lead singer, talking about getting sober and getting healthy.
I'd cut out alcohol, so I've been a year sober, and I didn't really set out to do that. My life is just better without it, and I started 6 months was kind of my goal of like, I'm not going to drink, and I'm going to do some fasting and just eat whole foods and cut out sugar and all that. And that worked. In 6 months, I think it was, I'd lost about 60 pounds, and I was like, well, that was awesome. And I just felt better mentally. And so after that, I kind of started actually going to the gym with a trainer and started trying to put on muscle, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
It's a great thing to hear because, again, Shay was just going, I'm going to make one little correction. Oh, I'm actually saying something here. Let me make it a little more. It wasn't, hey, I'm going to go and lose 50 pounds, or I'm going to take Ozempic, or I'm going to, none of that happened here. It was just him seeing a small thing and going, I need to fix this about me. Oh, I'm seeing some progress. Let me work a little harder. They also talked a lot, and this will be the last clip I play from this. They almost broke up. And I kind of knew when it was happening because we're, our families are close. My wife and Dan's wife are very close friends. And I was like, oh man, they may not.
Do you think it was going to happen?
I thought they'd take a couple year break, honestly.
Wow.
And I love them both. But Shay talked about driving over to Dan's house to have the conversation that it's probably going to be the end of it.
But I was like, man, this is like the last 10 years of my life is about to end. And I remember we sat there and Dan just like starts to apologize for like the last 10 years. That prompted me to apologize for stuff. And we stayed up and talked till like 3 a.m. and just hashed through all of these things. And it wasn't like we were dancing around the fact that we both were kind of feeling like, we don't know if we're going to do this anymore. Dan and Shay is always going to be, was something that Dan said. He was like, we're always going to be a tattoo on somebody's arm, always going to be a first dance song. I remember like watching him like grab his phone and type in that title, and I was like, that's a great title.
It's a great interview. I know the guys, I love the guys, but it's an hour of me with Dan and Shay, and their new record comes out next week, right? Next week, 2 weeks? Yeah. Week after, something like that? It comes out soon, but you can hear all about it there. I've been listening to a lot of the new Zach Bryan album. My wife has been a fan of Zach Bryan forever. We even listen to YouTube songs of Zach Bryan. Like he has a song called Felker that's not on an album, and she is the massive fan. I am the person who has become a fan because she listens to Zach Bryan all the time and has for a while. And so we have been listening to his new album a lot, and there is this song on it. It's called Hey Driver, and War and Treaty are on it. And Michael and Tanya, they're in War and Treaty, did a Bobby Cast with them. We play the Opry together sometimes. Like, I love them. And so I sent him a message, and I was like, this song is so, because it's Zach Bryan and War and Treaty. I was like, this song is so good. So I just wanted to play it here because I really like Zach, love War and Treaty. And so this is Hey Driver here on the Bobby Bone Show. All right, what's the sound of your vacation? Literally it. We'll do a little exercise here. Which, by the way, we'll talk about our vacations a lot more because really, who cares? It's like your dream and your fantasy football team. Like, nobody really cares. But if you do care, we'll talk about it in the post show a little more in depth. But just a little, we were gone for a week or so, and then we had a holiday in there, which was yesterday. But we are back. And so give me the sound of your vacation, Amy.
Well, my goal for vacation was a little relaxation and restoration, and my sound is a sound bath.
Huh?
I've done one of these.
I attended my first one ever, and
What is happening?
afterwards, all I heard was these bowls with the, and then my favorite thing too. This is the bowl sound, but they also do this rainwater thing, like, and it was so peaceful. Like I've been YouTubing them and just doing my own YouTube sound bath in my room.
So what does that mean? You just play this while you take a bath?
No. So it has nothing to do with the bath. So I did this accidentally once too.
Accidentally.
Well, my wife's like, let's do a sound bath. And I'm like, sounds kinky. But we went to a room because we were staying at like these cabins, and there was like this other small cabin, and this guy's in there with all these basically instruments, but he just plays, and you just lay there and you just, basically it's like you're in a trance. You're,
Those
like, relaxing.
instruments?
Yes.
Oh, so you're not really taking, you're not in the
You're
water.
Not, no. And
But you're
and you're not
laying
naked. You're not
down,
naked.
Oh.
But I've fallen asleep both times I've done it. And when I sleep, I breathe like,
You're like Stanley.
and my wife's like hitting, like, stop, people can hear you. Because there's like 10 people in the room. So it was good for you.
Oh, for sure. Anytime now I hear a sound bath noise, I'll be taken back to
It's good.
this vacation.
It relaxed me. Mm-hmm. I just fell asleep. But they're like, let it fall asleep. My wife's like, don't, because you're loud. I have 2 sounds. Here's my first sound.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Oh.
We went to Italy. Never been to Italy before. Buongiorno. And we did a lot of stuff.
Buongiorno.
We did, went to Florence. We took a cooking class. And in Italy, I believe now, they don't allow processed foods. You talk about the greatest part of healthcare. There's no processed foods.
Like no fast food places?
We could eat bread. We ate. I mean, I ate everything. I gained no weight. I went crazy eating. And that's real healthcare. Is there like no processed foods? You can't make
That's
those.
what's up.
So Italy was pretty awesome. We did that. Went to Rome. Never been to Rome before. What was I have all these notes on my phone. I forgot to even look at them. But what was crazy about Rome? Because again, I never travel until the last 5 or 6, 7 years, and so I don't know. I don't have a lot of world culture, and so we were stopped on the street in Rome, and they said, "Hey, you should walk with your bags in front of your body," because we would go shopping. And I was like, "Oh yeah." She goes, "Yes, because this is what I was told, that there are gypsies that are in Rome, and they send their kids out, and there are pickpockets everywhere, anywhere, but they'll send small kids out, and they'll pickpocket, and they'll grab stuff from bags in your pockets. They train their kids to do that."
Real gypsies?
That's crazy.
I was kicking any kid. I don't care what country they're from. Little kid near me, kick.
Get out of
I
here.
don't even know if he was an American kid, Chinese kid. I kick him.
So you had to
Just in
put
case.
your purse in the front,
Yeah.
your bag.
My purse is always in the front, though, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, around your shoulder front.
Oh, you're making a joke. I do wear a bag.
Yeah.
It's a purse. I love it. The fact that guys aren't allowed to have purses, that's the stupidest thing ever. I love my bag. And then my second sound is this.
Bonjour.
So my wife and I decided we had like 3 days left, and everything in Europe, because Italy is basically the size of New Mexico. It's longer, but if they land together, it's just New Mexico.
That's the one that looks like a boot.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you smash it together, like total land, it's New Mexico. Ireland is like Iowa.
Okay.
So it doesn't take that long to get places. So we got a flight and flew to Paris. I've never been to Paris. I studied French. Never been to Paris. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in Paris. And so, buongiorno.
Bonjour.
And then bonjour.
So you saw the Eiffel
Bonjour.
Tower?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the Pisa one back in Italy?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you didn't do that one?
I did take a picture that I'll post. I was trying to do a picture of me leaning on the Eiffel Tower, like trying to lean it up. And Ken was like, I don't get the joke. And I'm like, I'm acting like it's Leaning Tower of Pisa.
He's like, I still don't get it.
It's so stupid. But we did that. And then we came home. It was a really, really great trip. I mean, I'm telling you the food, it was good. Yes, all that. But just the no process stuff is crazy.
Did you go to the Roman Coliseum?
We did.
How was that?
It's awesome.
Because that's like so old, right?
Dude, that's the stuff I love doing, was the history stuff. We did that. Saw the Mona Lisa.
Your picture of David was dumb.
Oh,
Went to the Louvre. What's up?
Your picture of David was...
No, I went and saw David.
That was dumb.
Michelangelo's David. Why was it dumb?
Because you tagged me on it.
Oh, what do you mean? I forgot about
Tag
that.
me right in his thing.
Bonjour.
Well, that'd be bonjour. No.
Buongiorno.
I'll be honest, I laughed.
Thank
for
you.
Sure.
I took a picture of David and I tagged Eddie on the wiener.
Who is David?
David.
The naked statue.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
I have no
statue
idea.
of David. Yeah. But a lot of that stuff I've never seen except in books.
What was the Mona Lisa like in person? Like
I have a cool picture. I have a video too. There was like a mosh pit to get to it, and I thought it was cool because this is culture and art, and people are fighting, pushing. And people are like, usually that's like doing that crap for Justin Bieber, but they were like doing it for a painting. And everybody had always said, "Oh, it's so small." So it's actually bigger than I thought because everybody told me how small it was.
Interesting.
Oh, that's good.
So I thought it was going to be like a piece of paper sized, but it was bigger than that. But it was really cool because I'm just like, wow. And the Coliseum, you go where they went. And I always wondered at the Coliseum, you can see all this crap coming out of the ground. I can post pictures of it. And I was like, how do they have fights in the Coliseum with all this stuff? But what they've done is they've pulled the stage, what was the stage? They've removed it so you can see the underground.
That's the underground chambers?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then I was asking all these questions too. And all the statues, the guys had little bitty tiny wieners.
Yeah, that's good.
Like tiny wieners. And I told we had a tour guide. We were getting shown all these statues. And I was like, if I were hiring somebody to do a statue of me, I would say make my wiener bigger because they were tiny.
Maybe that was the average size then.
Well, she was like, they didn't care that much about that. I said, well, I would have.
You would have been the person?
Well, it'd been my bicep. I mean, I would have just asked for, because again, they're tiny. And I would tell, and it was just dumb because we'd walk by one and I'd go to Kate like bigger than him.
Every single
And he'd be
one.
like a big like Zeus, and I'd be like, I can't say nothing on me. She didn't think
So they got a lot of naked statues over there?
Everybody's naked.
I don't understand. Why?
Everybody's naked.
Why can't they put
the
some
body,
clothes on them?
Well, it's just the body. Like the body's not supposed to be.
But we
raw.
don't. There is no statue in America where they're just naked.
You're right.
No, I feel like there's
right down the road.
No,
yeah.
but they don't have naked dudes there.
Yes,
Yeah, they do.
They
They got
do.
the man parts on
It's
those?
almost like Lunchbox's eyeballs can't see a naked man because
It's like
we
the
drive
two
past
north sides
it
of a magnet.
every
Wait,
day.
literally, there's man parts on those?
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Okay.
What is your sound, Lunchbox?
My sound is my kid. I mean, goodness, we couldn't.
Is that literally your kid?
Yeah.
Why is everybody sick on your vacation?
That's him.
Sick again?
No, it's just whenever we changed his diaper, he was not having it. He was not
Got it.
having any of us changing his diaper, and every time we'd grab a diaper, he yelled, "No, no, no!" and he'd just start crying.
Felt that. Probably thought they were trying to make a statue after him.
Gosh, that's multiple times a day, every day.
Oh my, yeah, that was
brutal.
my vacation.
Eddie, sound of yours?
Hit it, Ray. That's golf followed by sneezing. Dude, I think I played too much golf. That pollen got me.
What a problem.
I played so much golf. It was amazing. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed here. My kids are in school, so I would drop off the kids at school, go play golf, pick them up at 3. Life was great, but I did get some sinus stuff. Oh, it was brutal.
You sound terrible.
Achoo!
I think you sound good.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad to be back. We'll talk more about our vacations on the post show on the podcast feed. Just go search for the Bobby Bone Show on iHeartRadio. We'll do it after we finish the show. I always got annoyed listening to people talk about their vacations.
Oh man, it's so fun. People are just like, it lets them get out of their
Maybe.
terrible, miserable life.
Well,
that
I
they're
don't know
living.
their lives are terrible and miserable.
Okay, but-
I just know that I would hear people talking about vacations, like to radio shows I would listen to, and I would be so annoyed because I couldn't afford to go on vacations, and I would resent it. So I always said, if we ever go on vacation, we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll not talk about it, and people can come hear it over there. What are you gonna say?
I'm just curious about your trip, though, because some of us haven't been to
I hadn't either.
Paris or the
Never
Coliseum.
been.
Or I haven't, so I'm very
Post-show.
curious.
Post show.
Yeah, I want to know about the pizza over there.
Post show.
Okay.
Post show?
Yeah, post
So, like, you can't go to a convenience store there and get
No,
Oreos?
you can.
Bag
Yes.
of chips?
But they don't make food. You guys,
Okay.
you're
Like,
just
is there,
drinking
is there McDonald's there?
You mean their ingredients
said no
are...
fast food.
they're cafes where it's a McDonald's, but there's also like cafes in the McDonald's.
But I don't know what you mean by it, Eddie. You
No
just
fast
said-
food, like no Burger King.
First of all, I don't even know. I just saw, and I know that what we had, they said there's no processed food. I didn't say anything. I quit. I'm out of this show. All right?
See, now I'm confused.
Me
I think
too.
it's just it's like the quality of the ingredients. Cause
I'm
like
gonna Google.
here,
Buongiorno. Okay.
Can you
Uh,
get processed food?
so,
Can you get
hold on.
McDonald's?
But you don't know my languages got mixed up though. Buongiorno, that's Italian, right?
Yeah.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Then what do you want me to say in Italian? Did you want me to say excuse me?
yes.
Scusi. But if that's formal, but if it's excuse me that's not formal, scusa.
Scusa.
Grazie, thank you. So I could do that. And I
Okay.
could do French a little bit too, but I was a little too brave with my French. I thought I knew it better than I did, and they were like, "Stop, just talk."
What about where's the
English."
bathroom?
Yeah, I knew.
How do you say that?
I don't remember. But I knew it.
Okay.
It was like pee-pee hole.
What?
Pee-pee hole.
Not it.
Beep, 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 beep.
Pee-pee hole. Yo.